Hello there, and welcome to this drum lesson for All My Life by the Foo Fighters. So this is a bit of a sad one, really. I'm sure you'll know, if you're watching this, of Taylor Hawkins passing, which is extremely sad to me and so many other people. He meant so much. You know, even though I didn't know the guy, growing up, learning how to play Foo Fighters songs, learning his parts, I don't know, it just felt like I knew him. And I'm sure, and that's quite an amazing thing, really. I think his style was so individual and so influential for so many drummers. I don't think there's really any drummer out there that won't cite him as an influence in some way. Yeah, truly great drummer. Very sad. So I thought I would do a little homage to him by doing this drum lesson. So I'm going to try and keep it relatively quick. So I'm just going to look at the two main bits, the verse and the chorus, which are kind of basically the whole song. So what's kind of interesting about this pattern is it feels weird, but what's actually happening is we're dropping the bass drum. If you think of the reverse pattern, there's 2 bars. We're basically dropping the bass drum on beat 1. We're not playing a bass drum on beat 1. And then we're doing bass drums on 1 and, 3 and 3 and then in the next bar. So it's basically just like 2 kicks together, like 1 and, 1 and, 3 and. So kind of like think of this pattern, this basic pattern. I'll just play it for you slowly. Now what we're doing is, if you imagine dropping the first bass drum, so it's okay, and then what happens at the end of the 2 bars is, instead of doing those 2 kicks, we've got these snare pushes that are happening on beats 3 and 4 and the bass drum changes at the end of that. So the bass drum changes to, doesn't change, it stays, but we just get rid of one of the bass drums. So we still do bass drum on 3, but then we replace 3 and with a snare. So the second half of the bar play for you is like this. Okay, so it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. So again. And we actually leave a gap in between those snares. Okay, so together that pattern is this: dropping the 1 on beat on the first bar and then doing the 2 snares on 3 and 4 and on the second bar. That was poor at the end. Again, a bit faster. This is kind of the closed verse. He also does this when it when it's up to speed, this little snare ghost note. That's happening on 2 and 4 and the first bar, 2 A, 2 A, 3 A, first bar, 2 A of the second bar. And that's kind of in this kind of closed chorus. The other variation to this is where there's like a snare roll, which is like this. So it's like 5 hits. One, two, three, and then you come in on the crash on the one and, not on the one. So with the bass drum, but on the one end. So that's kind of what makes it feel like it's a bit lopsided, this song, because the bass drum not being on the one, you sort of naturally would think, oh, there's the one, but it's not. It's actually there. Yeah. Cool. And then the chorus, we're going on to this bell pattern, which is quite a nice bell pattern. It's basically playing quarter notes on the bell, but then adding an additional hit on beat 3 and, I believe, and then you do the 4 and instead of the 4. So it's like. And then there's kind of a couple of little bits to this. There's like 3 sections to this chorus. It's like a 7-bar pattern. You've got that bell pattern where you've got the extra bell on like 3 and then 4 and then you've got a straight bit where it's just, and then you've got a crash thing. Crash. 1, 2, A 3 and 4. So yeah, you've got the 3 bits to that chorus. The skippy bit with the extra bells, straight bells, and then the crash bit. And that's like a 7-bar phrase, and that loops around twice. So yeah, those are the 2 main patterns: verse, chorus. The other thing to there's like a riff bit where it's like a bit more riffy, and that's the same as the verse, but we're just open hats. So that would be like but it's essentially when it comes in on the, yeah, that's a good thing because there, like what I did is when you crashed in, I put bass drum on the 1, but when it actually comes in at the very beginning of the song with the riff bit, it comes in on the snare. kind of, instead of the bass drum being on the one, it's the on that, which straight away sort of puts you like, whoa, where's the one sort of thing. Cool, so those two main bits. It's quite a tricky song, but it's quite a cool exercise with dropping that one. So have a go. Thanks for watching, and R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins. That's why. Just one little more thing. I've been wearing shorts ever since I heard of his passing. So.